Hey everyone. So a while back, I made a pretty big decision. I took a chunk of my savings, $10,000 to be exact, and decided to invest it in one stock. I know risky, right? But I was really confident about the company, and I wanted to see how it would perform over time. Fast forward to 2025, and today I'm going to share the full update on how that investment played out. Was it a genius move, or did I end up losing my shirt? Stick around to find out. Trust me, this is going to be interesting. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering how this stock turned out. Is it worth jumping into today, or is it time to bail out? Let's break it down step by step, counting down the key moments and lessons I learned from this investment. So grab a snack and let's get into it. 10. The stock I chose. Why this company? Okay, so first, let's talk about the stock I picked. I ended up going with XYZ Corporation, a tech company that was making waves in the AI and cloud computing space. Back when I made the decision, this company had a lot of buzz around it. They had released some cool products, were expanding globally, and had a solid growth plan. What caught my eye was their unique technology and how they were positioning themselves for the future. In 2023, it felt like they were in the perfect position to explode. So I thought, why not? Let's go for it. The thing about investing is you need to do your research, and I spent weeks reading up on XYZ Corp, their earnings reports, and future projections. Everything seemed promising, so I pulled the trigger and bought in. 9. The initial surge, a quick win. After buying in, the stock saw a nice little surge. In the first few months, my investment was already up around 20%. At the time, I felt like I was on top of the world. I remember telling my friends, see, I knew it. This was the right choice. The stock's upward momentum was fueled by strong quarterly results, positive press coverage, and the hype surrounding their upcoming product launch. I felt like I had made the right decision. I even thought about adding more to my position, but something held me back. In hindsight, this was probably the moment when I started getting a little too confident. And we all know what happens when you get too cocky in the stock market, right? 8. The market dip. Uh-oh, here we go. Just when I thought everything was going perfectly, the market took a downturn. A major one. It wasn't specific to XYZ Corporation, but the overall tech sector was hit hard. We're talking about a correction that sent the entire market into a spiral. And of course, XYZ Corporation wasn't immune to this. Suddenly, my 20% gain turned into a 10% loss, and that's when the nerves started kicking in. I remember refreshing my portfolio on my phone every 5 minutes, watching the numbers drop. I thought to myself, maybe I should sell and cut my losses before it gets worse, but something told me to hold on. I'd done my research, and the fundamentals of XYZ Corp hadn't changed. The dip was just part of the roller coaster ride that is the stock market. 7. The comeback, a light at the end of the tunnel. After a few months of uncertainty, the market started to recover. XYZ Corp bounced back faster than I expected. Their new AI-powered platform launched and did way better than anticipated. They were gaining market share, and investor confidence was returning. Slowly but surely, the stock price climbed back up. This was a reminder that investing isn't about short-term wins or losses. It's about sticking with your conviction and being patient. Watching my portfolio go from a loss to a gain taught me the value of holding steady during the rough patches. And trust me, those rough patches will happen. The roller coaster continues, volatility at its finest. As much as I'd love to tell you that the stock went straight up from there, the reality is the ride wasn't smooth. XYZ Corporation continued to experience periods of volatility. There were days when the stock shot up 5%, and then a few weeks later, it would drop by 3%. It was exhausting trying to keep track of every little move, but I had to remind myself that this is just how it goes with growth stocks, especially in the tech sector. One thing I learned through this is that if you're investing in high-growth companies, you have to be ready for this kind of volatility. If you can't handle it, maybe you should rethink the kind of stocks you're picking. 5. The big breakthrough. Announcing a major partnership. Then something huge happened. XYZ Corp announced a major partnership with a global leader in the tech space. This was the kind of news that sent the stock flying. The partnership was going to allow XYZ Corporation to scale its technology in a way that was previously impossible. Investors were excited, and the stock price jumped nearly 30% in a single day. This was the moment I realized how much of a game changer big partnerships can be for a company. When a company like XYZ Corporation aligns with a giant in the industry, it's not just about the immediate financial boost. It also solidifies the company's future in a big way. The 2024 market conditions, a bump in the road. As much as I hoped 2024 would be smooth sailing, we ran into some market turbulence again. The interest rates continued to rise. Inflation was still a concern, and there were global economic factors that weighed heavily on investor sentiment. Once again, the stock market took a dip, and XYZ Corporation felt the pressure. During this time, the value of my $10,000 investment started to slip again, but I had learned my lesson by now. The most important thing was to focus on the long term. I wasn't planning to sell just because of a market correction. I had already weathered this kind of storm before, and I knew that XYZ Corporation still had a lot of room to grow. So I held tight. The emotional roller coaster, the mental game of investing can be mentally draining, especially when your money is on the line. There were moments where I questioned my decision to invest in XYZ Corp. Was it a mistake? Should I have gone with a safer stock? Should I just sell and walk away with whatever I had left? The truth is, those thoughts are normal. Every investor goes through them. But what separates successful investors from others is the ability to keep emotions out of the decision-making process. I had to remind myself that investing is about patience and sticking to the plan. It's not about instant gratification. 2. The 2025 update. Where are we now? Fast forward to 2025, and I can tell you that my $10,000 investment in XYZ Corp has grown significantly. In fact, the stock has more than doubled in value, and my initial investment is now worth around $22,000. This doesn't even include the dividends that the company has started paying out. While it's not a 10x return or anything, I'm definitely happy with the results. More importantly, I've learned a ton through this experience. I've gained a better understanding of the stock market, the importance of patience, and how to manage my emotions during periods of volatility. The key takeaways. What I learned from investing $10,000 in XYZ Corp. So what's the takeaway here? First, I learned that stock investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about making informed decisions and sticking with them for the long run. The market will go up and down, and you have to be ready for that. But if you believe in the company and its future potential, it's worth staying the course. Second, I learned that emotions can cloud your judgment. Investing is as much a mental game as it is a financial one. I've learned to trust my research and stay patient, even when things seem uncertain. And finally, I learned that it's important to keep learning. The stock market is always changing, and the more you learn, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions in the future. All right, that's it for today. I hope you found this update on my $10,000 investment in XYZ Corp helpful. Investing can be tricky, but with the right mindset and strategy, it can also be really rewarding. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. I've got plenty of content coming your way on investing in personal finance, so make sure you hit that bell icon to stay in the loop. Thanks for watching.